If you struggle to fall asleep at night, you've probably heard the same advice over and over again. Take melatonin, drink herbal tea, try a sleep meditation app, or if things get bad enough, take a sleep pill. And while those things can help temporarily, they often don't solve the real problem, because falling asleep isn't something you force. It's something your brain allows. If your brain is still in alert mode, sleep won't happen no matter how tired you are. But when the brain receives the right signals that it's safe to power down, sleep can happen surprisingly quickly, often within 10 minutes or less. The key is understanding what actually keeps people awake. For most people dealing with insomnia, the problem isn't a lack of sleepiness. It's an overactive alert system. Your brain has a built-in mechanism designed to keep you safe. When it detects stimulation, uncertainty, or stress, it releases cortisol, the hormone responsible for increasing alertness. That's useful during the day, but when cortisol remains elevated at night, your brain stays alert, which leads to racing thoughts, restlessness, and lying awake for hours. This is why many people feel tired but wired when they go to bed. Their body wants sleep, but their nervous system thinks it needs to stay awake. So the real goal isn't forcing sleep. The goal is helping the nervous system shift from alert mode into recovery mode. When that shift happens, sleep follows naturally. There's a simple sequence that can help trigger this transition. It takes about 10 minutes total, and each step works with your brain's natural sleep mechanisms. The first step is calming mental stimulation. When you lie down with racing thoughts, your brain continues processing information. Instead of trying to clear your mind, which rarely works, redirect your attention to something simple and repetitive. This helps interrupt the thought loop that keeps your brain active. The second step involves controlled breathing. Breathing patterns have a direct effect on your nervous system. When your breathing slows and becomes more rhythmic, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for relaxation and recovery. A simple breathing pattern many people use is inhaling slowly through the nose for several seconds, then exhaling even more slowly. Within a few minutes, heart rate begins slowing and muscle tension decreases. This sends a powerful signal to the brain that the environment is safe. And when the brain senses safety, cortisol production begins dropping. The third step is reinforcing your circadian rhythm. Your internal clock relies on consistent cues to determine when sleep should occur. Going to bed at roughly the same time each night helps train your brain to expect sleep. When this rhythm stabilizes, falling asleep becomes easier. The fourth step focuses on physical relaxation. Often, when people struggle with sleep, their muscles remain slightly tense. By consciously relaxing different parts of the body, shoulders, jaw, forehead, the brain receives feedback that the body is preparing for rest. And finally, the fifth step is allowing sleep to happen without forcing it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is monitoring how long it's taking to fall asleep. Checking the clock repeatedly increases stress and stimulates the alert system. Instead, letting go of that pressure allows the brain to drift naturally into sleep. When these steps work together, something interesting happens. The nervous system transitions smoothly into recovery mode. Breathing slows, heart rate drops, thoughts become quieter, and sleep begins. Many people are surprised by how quickly this transition can happen once the alert system turns off. Because the human brain is designed to sleep, it just needs the right conditions. This is why some people who struggled with insomnia for years suddenly find themselves falling asleep within minutes once their nervous system resets. Sleep doesn't require effort. It requires the absence of stimulation. If you've been relying on sleep pills, it doesn't mean you'll always need them. Often, the brain simply needs to relearn how to power down naturally. Once that process begins, falling asleep becomes easier night after night. If you want to see the full 5-step sleep hacking method designed to calm the brain's alert system and help you fall asleep faster, often within 10 minutes, you will find it in the description below. It explains the entire approach step by step. Because when your nervous system finally switches off the alert system, sleep becomes something your brain does automatically again.